It's 1:30 already. It's morning.
Yes, and what a lovely morning. Good morning.
Good morning. We've talked the whole night through.
Good morning.
Good morning to you. Good morning. Good morning. It's great to stay up late. Good morning. Good morning to you.
Hello, and good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Morning Roast, and I'm, of course, your host, Mr. Keno Subway, and I am struggling to get going today. And
Yeah,
with me,
like they say, like it's great to stay up late, but waking up, it's not the same thing.
yeah, that's never the good part.
Nope.
With me, of course, is Mr. Sim,
Well, hello and good morning, everyone.
and today, for our special guests, we have our wonderful Mr. Canales, who's turning into a regular. It seems
Hola. It's not much else to do around here, so yeah, why the hell not? Where else am I gonna be?
And also, we have with us Mr. Michael Derrick.
Yes, thank you for having me. It's a pleasure to be here. I would say I'm not much of a morning person, but I work night shift, so this is kind of like my afternoon, evening anyway. So,
Well, that's great, because so am I. I am a fellow graveyard shift.
yeah,
So you're the reason why we do these shows.
there you go.
Yeah, this is actually really awesome because you're one of them that is somebody that I've been like, oh, we need to get him one. We need to get him one because I remember wanting to get you one back when the first Abductables was still going on. So this is great to have you on.
Yeah,
And-
long time coming.
Yeah.
And the delayer of my book.
Oh, did you? Didn't you say someone was sending you the first one, or?
Yeah, it's on his way now. Thanks, Chris.
Yeah.
He's been messing with me for a
Think
long
about
time.
that.
Now. It's on
You
his
know,
way. Like,
I made sure
I'm gonna
before-
get it.
Yes.
I made sure to read this again before I invited everybody onto the stream, just to get a refresher.
He was
you
just
know.
making sure that I was gonna back number 2 before I could read number 1.
But yeah, I wanted to make sure you knew that I wanted to have you on, Derek, so you didn't think that this was all just an excuse to have Canales on again.
Oh
We know
no,
it's
yeah.
about Canales.
You know, you
So
don't
you
need
can never have enough
excuses for
Canales.
Oh,
Because I've noticed, like, every time, like, we'll have somebody on, I'm like, ooh, Canales is the artist. Let's get him on. Oh, let's see. And as always, by the way, of course, we have in the chat our other host, Mr. Soul Ion. He says, welcome to the Morning Roast where, surprise, motherfucker. Good morning, Chris, Sam, Shane, Michael, Ibai, and chat.
hola.
Yo.
We also have Hex with us. Hello, Hex. He says, hello, Friday crew.
Hello.
And so as discussed, oh, wait, hold up. We also have Mr. Yodam. Hail, sir.
Hello.
Yep, no Shane. Yeah,
Yep.
speaking of no Shane, you'll find this quite interesting. So I sent him a message to invite him in and everything. And for some reason, he completely forgot we do shows on Friday mornings.
Oh. Go
So
figure.
you're not the only one behind the 8 ball today. It's fine.
Oh, yeah. He's like, well, wait, what? Friday mornings? We have shows on Fridays? I thought we did it I thought it was like Friday nights. I was like, no, that's Saturday nights.
It's
We
not
always
his
do
fault.
Friday morning.
He got bit by the love bug.
Oh, yeah. He said there was like, he said he had kids there and everything going on. So yeah, he's probably got the lady with him or something. I told him that vacation messed him all up. He don't even know when we do the shows anymore. Oh, my.
This is what chicks does to you.
It says canoodling with Canales.
It's funny because I was going to make a really bad joke with Shane and say this is a Shane-less cash grab.
Mhm.
Hashtag
no.
shameless.
There was
That
an
should be-
attempt.
That should be something that we do on the show now. Every time you promote the show now, you go hashtag shameless.
Yeah,
And you
that's what I'll do with the Saturday stream. Oh lordy. Let me bring up the abductables too here. Boom. There we go.
are you gonna run that campaign? Are you gonna run that campaign video?
Well, yes, Sim. Hold on.
What the fudge? I'm just
You're
asking a
rushing me.
question. Did I say do it now? Do it now.
You're so pushy.
Get to the video.
Oh boy.
I feel bad about the video just because it's they say you should keep the video short, like 30 seconds, and this one's like around 90 seconds, so it's a little longer than probably is recommended. But the way I edited it together, it's like it just kind of worked that way. So sorry if that's a little long, but yeah, 90 seconds isn't too bad. But
Yeah, I'd say that's not. Yeah, that's not. Yeah, that's not
If
bad.
you do it right, if you do it right, your video could be 2 hours and seem like 15 seconds. You can make a video 15 seconds that make it seem like 2 hours. Hey.
Well, I kind of I considered, because a lot of campaigns they have those like there's that film company that's been doing those professional like movie trailer style videos.
Mm-hmm.
Part of me wanted to hit them up, but I'm like, I probably can't afford whatever they're charging, because those things are really high quality. They did Cyberfrog and the Eric Weathers book, I think.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
Did you consider reaching out to Red Gaze
for the
videos? Video? Yeah, he does video editing, and he's good. And
yeah, a lot of people seem to like his trailers.
You know what? I didn't even think of that, but yeah, I love Red Gaze. I didn't really know about that aspect of what he does.
And an extra perk of getting him to do your video, you also get his nice voice.
Is always a plus.
You get the velvety voice of the Red.
Well, in 2019, 2018, when the first Abductables launched, like I had an idea. This was like back when Comicsgate was really first starting, and as far as like crowdfunding, and that was when everybody was getting along.
Yeah,
not so much these days, but yeah, back when it was one big happy family. My idea was like to do like short videos of like different Comicsgate personalities getting abducted by aliens, like Cecil or Edwin Boyette, like all like the wacky characters from CG, just like do like funny skits with them. But unfortunately never worked out, but it would have been pretty funny.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right, let me go ahead and I'll play the trailer.
That would have been great, to be honest.
Yeah.
But yeah. Yeah, that was one of my most anticipated comics from 2019 that I'm getting now. And it's not it's not Michael's fault.
Yeah, I was about to say.
All the time.
That's not
Yeah,
my
That's how
yeah.
it's going. You know,
fault.
like,
You might want to clarify.
everything was good on Michael's part. The other thing, it got lost in Chris's house for a long time.
Yeah.
It was very comfortable there.
Well, hey, I was nice. I
Michael,
still haven't
Michael was
got.
nice enough to go. If you want, I'll send you a digital copy while you wait. I'm like, nah, I'll wait for my physical. He's a sweetheart.
Well, hey, I still haven't got my end of the bargain.
What?
I'm just saying that compared to people on the other side, comic skaters are like we're like kittens. We're adorable, aren't we? Like people really like us. I
Depends
I
on who
love
you
all
ask.
of you.
Yeah,
I know it's
I,
illegal. I know it's illegal right now, but I will hug the fuck out of everyone. Every one of you.
I think the Secret Service would pop out and trank you in the neck or something if you tried that.
Mm,
Look, we gotta be
yeah,
careful.
it seems to be a thing. It's in the neck.
Oh, you got a license for that hog, mate?
Somebody was like on Twitter going like, why would they shoot down her in her freaking throat? What? Like they were just probably aiming for the head. They're that shitty.
Somebody got shot in the throat.
Yeah, the girl on Parliament. Not Parliament, but she got shot in the throat, dude. You didn't know?
No. I don't
See,
have been keeping up. I have no idea.
yeah, you got the right state of mind. You're not following any of these current events. That's good.
Like,
Don't think we should all be
whoa,
doing it.
like what?
People getting shot in the throat. Wow.
Yeah, in the Capitol, dude. The
Jeez,
girl, the girl that were when they were doing it, they're going inside the Capitol. The girl got shot in the freaking throat by one of the.
Oh,
Secret
by the
Service.
police.
Yeah, Secret
Oh
Service.
yeah. I had heard some woman got killed when they were doing that whole thing.
Yeah.
And she got
Yeah, I
shot in
heard
the
all
throat.
kinds
Damn.
of conspiracy theories. That it was just like a false flag, and she's Secret Service, and she's still alive, and it was just a way of like framing Trump supporters and whatnot. I don't know.
At this point, I'm willing to believe any conspiracy theory.
There are no conspiracy theories anymore, just theories.
Yeah, that's my whole thing. Is enough of them have been proven right over the years that
That's what I'm gonna say
it
too.
really-
Yeah, like,
yeah.
at this point, yeah. There's a lot of shit that's right now status quo and part of history that used to be conspiracies. Go figure. Like like a whole bunch of actors and people worshiping some kind of owl god somewhere. That was supposed to be a,
Yeah.
what was it again?
I'm-
Sunset Grove or something. You didn't hear about this? It was one of the first cases that Alex Jones got known for. That they went in and they were like faking sacrificing like something that was made out of like little wood in front of
Oh, that was Bohemian Grove. That was
Exactly.
Bohemian Grove. That was huge, man.
Yeah.
I mean, that was the time when I remember my smile froze in my face because I used to watch Alex Jones for the lulz, and then
Me
he
too.
was, we have exclusive footage of this Bohemian Grove thing.
The fuck, he was right.
Yeah, he was like, holy shit, wait, what? There's actually
That was
people.
true.
And the thing is that the very next day, the guy Alex Jones confronted some guy at the I don't know some kind of official building, and he
Yep.
was like, "Hey, I saw you yesterday, taking part in the whole sacrifice thing," and the guy completely freaked out. He was like, "What? You saw me? How were you allowed to go?" He didn't deny. He just like really pissed off and freaked out that he got caught. I'm like, "Holy fuck, this shit is real."
Yep.
Yeah, I was watching clips from the 2012 Olympics, the opening ceremony. That thing was creepy. Like I never watched the Olympics, but people were talking about how there was like parallels between the opening ceremony of the last Olympics and like weird stuff that's happening now, like the virus and whatnot. Y'all should definitely check it out. It's got some really creepy like occult like Illuminati type visuals, and it's I don't know, man. It's some weird, like, even if you don't believe in conspiracies, like looking at the opening ceremony from the last Olympics, it just looks evil. Like they're doing some weird like performance art stuff, and yeah, it's
Okay,
Is
very
there
strange.
any
we're
is
definitely
there any
getting fact
doubt that
checked today.
I'm just saying, is there any doubt that we're being ruled by sick fucks? I think
No,
that's pretty
yeah,
evident at this point.
well, it's like people wonder like why someone like Jeffrey Dahmer or what's the other guy, Ted Bundy, like why would they like torture people and kill people and do all this messed up stuff? It's like, well, because they're like sadists or whatever. It's like, well, that's just politicians. Only they could do it legally. Like I genuinely think they get off on like manipulating people and like torturing people and like not even like
Then absolutely. I mean,
literally,
look,
but
look
just
at the,
like playing with people's lives and
they enjoy fucking.
Oh yeah, I
I
think
mean, look
yeah, I
look
think
at the state of the world. I mean,
yeah. I
like,
think they're just the serial killers that found a way to do it legally.
yeah, I think that's a thing in general. Once people start getting like that power and the accolades and like getting into those high positions, then they start to go down that path of decadence and debauchery and
Hmm.
other like really dark shit.
Yeah, I just see, I just see brats, spoiled brats. That's all I'm
I, th-
seeing
I
right now, because they're acting like fucking unruly teenagers. That's all I'm
I think
seeing.
that at some point, when you become rich enough, the next step is to think of yourself as the Messiah. Like Bill Gates and George Soros and all these guys. They're like, well, I'm as rich as a human being can possibly be. What next? I know. I will be God, and I
Hmm.
will remake the world the way I think it needs to be. I'm gonna like
Hmm.
block the sun, or I'm gonna like decrease the number of white people in this country because I don't like them. Shit like that. They develop.
Yeah, I mean, they really do act like cartoon supervillains, like Bill Gates.
Yeah,
It's just
Dude,
it's almost
Bill,
laughable.
Bill Gates in charge of the vaccination thing, the COVID thing, and dude, he's the one that was responsible for offering a fucking vaccine. I think it was Ebola or something somewhere, and oh, he cured it. No, it just made it worse. It made everything fucking worse, and nobody's really talking about it. But he's the one in charge of the COVID vaccine.
Well,
I'm not very trusty on that one.
there's they said that a woman at work, was it yesterday, day before, told me that a an older lady had gotten the vaccine, here in this area that she knows, and that she said that like she had woke up, like it said it caused like a bunch of proteins build up or something like that and around her eyes. Said she woke up and it was all like this
Mm.
real messed up, and said that if the doctor said she'd waited any longer, it would have caused some really serious issues and damage and caused all kinds of like this bad kind of thing. I can't remember what she had said. Said it was like some sort of protein or something in the eyes or something.
Yeah.
Because she'd put it off for like a day and it got real bad, and then she said something about a nursing home in like Kentucky or somewhere that there was no COVID, no nothing in the whole thing, and then all the people there and the staff got vaccinated, and said like almost like within like a week, like the whole place got COVID.
Oh god.
there's
Uh,
things to be discussed about the so-called British strain of COVID, right? That began like shortly after the British vaccination program took place.
It's mutated. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Whenever.
it's mutating. Yeah, it'll keep mutating and mutating and mutating as long as they need it to.
Yeah.
Yep.
Exactly. That's very convenient.
They found a way that we all let them break the law, and then if you let them break the law because of a special event, they'll find a special event for a reason to break the law.
I'm just saying, I'm not in the country that has the most guns.
yeah,
The most
yeah.
what?
Y'all have battle
Guns.
axes, all right?
I actually bought a knife, and I think I'm gonna buy an axe at a Chinese bazaar. One of those like, rubber handles one. Yeah.
Get a claymore.
Okay, so we have Emmy in the chat.
Amy,
Jeremy Araman.
doing that dark shit.
Yep.
Yeah, we got Jeremy Ironsman. Hello, Jez. Says Jez reporting on location in Lima, Peru. Let's all say
Peru's looking like a really inviting place. They don't like commies down there. You know, I may have to visit it one day.
I'm a dumb American. Is that in South America?
Yeah, no, it is in South America.
Oh, okay.
MS says PCR test is unreliable too.
Yep.
MS.
Look, it's weird. We're 6 in the house. Only one tested positive for COVID, and we all live in a freaking one big apartment. Do we understand that? That's kind of fucking weird.
Mhm.
Only one.
Well, the sad thing is that I was not necessarily anti-vax or anything like that, but the way that they're acting and the way they've kind of abused people's trust and they've lied to us so many times, like all they've done is just created a whole new generation of anti-vaxxers. So
my faith is that my hope resides in the fact that maybe all this will will create some kind of libertarian revolution all around the world.
Well, that's the best case scenario. That's what we all hope for.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of this is just going to cause, like the next generation to, kind of rubber band, you know what I mean? Like
what they want.
rebound from it.
Because what they want is for us to fight. They want that big fucking fight. They want people to kill each other. That's what they want.
Yeah, I definitely think that there's going to be a huge shift. The only problem is I think that people have to learn the hard way. Like they're not going to, things aren't going to change until it affects them personally. Yep. And we're still at a point where people don't think it's going to affect them. Like, oh, we have to lock down, we have to social distance. There's still people that are okay with that, but once things get even worse and it starts affecting them personally,
but
you just got to reach the critical mass of people whose lives are ruined, and I don't think we're there yet, unfortunately. So,
well, look, you have people that had Trump derangement syndrome for the last few years. Just the fact that Trump got kicked off Facebook and Twitter made them go, look, I hate Trump, but this is not right. There's a lot of people because of this shit going, whoops.
Yeah, I will say I was actually pleasantly surprised that, not as many as I would have liked, but there were definitely some people on the other side who were raising some eyebrows at Trump getting banned. So,
yep.
I mean, we're talking about, as I explained this morning on my Facebook, shortly after that, I'm going to delete my Facebook, but the fact that big tech flexed in a way that they said we're above the most powerful elected official in the Western world. That's insane. That cannot happen. That's a degree of disrespect.
Yeah,
that's a total big dick flexing.
You screwed up when Angela Merkel is saying you went too far. She had to speak out against it. So,
well, this is interesting. I just seen speaking of which, I just seen on my timeline James O'Keefe person just posted a breaking at Twitter insider secretly records CEO Jack detailing agenda for further political censorship. Says we are focused on one account, and then it has little brackets, at real Donald Trump. And it says right now, but this is going to be much bigger than just one account, and it's going to go on for much longer. Oh dear.
Yeah, basically they want to erase conservatism and everything that opposes like the one world government that they want to build.
Dude, I keep saying it, dude. At this point, people have to realize it has nothing to do with being conservative or anything. It doesn't have to do with left or right. It's about authoritarian, and when you're dealing about authoritarian, they don't give a shit.
Yeah, it's extremism.
Yep, it's extremism. They don't care which side you're on. You
If
obey
you're
or you don't. Yeah.
if you're not a extreme, the right kind of extremist, or anything, on their
Well,
side, you're just
I just want
horrible,
to
You know,
conservative bad.
like I
I
said
just want
before,
to
they
see
don't
them trying
care. They
to
don't
rein
care.
in Antifa.
Do what?
I just want to see them try to rein in Antifa and the Muslims here in Europe. Like when the globalists tell the Muslims, guys, you need to lay down the weapons and the
Oh, they
hash
won't.
and,
Well, they
and the
won't be able
machetes,
to.
because we want to build this like atheistic one world government, and they were like, yeah, fuck you, and they will go on a
That's
jihad.
I don't know. They
This,
might go. They might go. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Help disrupt everything, and then establish their own. That's what usually
well,
people like that do.
well, that's like what was it when the Soviets kind of took
Mhm.
over with Russia and stuff. They had like the whole like kind of their version of like Antifa and stuff.
Yep.
And then once they took over, they got rid of them. Either they took them
Mhm.
out to the
yeah,
woods and got rid of them, so to speak,
Yep.
or they
that's going to be
did
fun to
something
watch.
else.
At least
Yep.
Because
that's going to be fun to watch. You know what I fantasize when I get sent to the gulag, which is probably going to be one of those asymptomatic things that they're thinking about. Like, we're going to put people who are public health risk in camps. I want to be like the bully, and I want to rape everyone on the shower. Sorry, I should have said like snuggle struggle probably, so as
yeah,
not to get you demonetized. But I want
you,
to be
you
like,
know, got
I
you,
want to be the guy
the
can
top
you,
dog in the gulag.
yeah,
got that.
shave my head, grow a goatee, get a lot of tattoos.
That's always been my theory about because I don't claim to be like a tough guy or anything, but like if I ever went to prison, like I feel like I would just have to like start a fight like as soon as I walked in, like just to establish that I'm like crazy, so nobody messes with me. I don't know if that's a bad strategy or not, but that's
You
what I
mean
always thought I would do.
you're talking about the rule of you go in, you take out you find the biggest,
Yeah,
meanest motherfucker, and you take him down.
yeah, and
That's what
just
I
like
did in high
bite
school.
him in the
At day
dick or
school.
something. just because, because honestly, I know they say it's like psychological torture, but like I think I'd rather be in solitary confinement than be on the freaking in the yard with all the gang members trying to stab me. Like
Mhm.
I'll take my chances in myself.
But that's exactly the fear they're trying to install in people. So that's what's happening right now. That's why everybody's welcoming this shit. They made everybody scared to the point that they don't want to be outside. They think everything's gonna be violent. They distrust, mistrust. They fucking fear their neighbor now. They'll fucking
Mm.
tattletale on their neighbor for them to get fucking fined and
Yeah,
arrested.
they'll tell on their own family members.
Yep.
Sick.
This is where we are. That's what fear does to people. That's why I tell people to be careful about this, not to fall for the actual trap, which is that they want it's like saying the bully. Like remember that little kid that just keeps around and going and poking everybody. What is he looking for? He wants you to get pissed. He wants you to get in trouble. That you beat the fuck out of him, and then he's gonna go to the principal and go, "See, he's the evil motherfucker," and you're in trouble.
All right. So now we're going to transition from Canales
Oh,
struggle.
we're talking about a book.
Canales surprise sexing people in like Serbia.
I know. I kind of want to hear more about that.
Bend
We're going
over,
to transition
bitch.
back over to Inductable.
Gulag building.
Soul says, that at some point you have to talk about the book, right?
We were all segueing. We were working towards there. We were getting to the point of talking about the Gray's invasion. That's why we were laying
Oh
everything
yeah,
down.
that's where this leads
It's all
to.
parallel.
We
to the
wanted to
book,
say
it's
that it was
fine.
it was the Grays doing influencing
So,
us. Yeah.
Yeah.
so what is it? Is this like old like alien here that looks like a raisin supposed to be like a stand-in for Biden or something? Like where
Now
comes
that I
this
think about it, he's probably more of a Bill Gates type. Yeah,
Yeah, I
he's
think
kind
this
of
is a
the
metaphor. The
yeah.
decrepit one is definitely Biden, and the fact there's like a lizard person behind him that symbolizes the fact that reptilians are pulling his strings.
Okay.
Yeah, and I think that's what separates at least what we're doing with a lot of other like overtly political comics is I don't sit down and think like, oh, how can I put like current events into the sci-fi book? It's more
Mhm.
like, hey, how can I come up with like a really cool action-packed story. And then when I sit back and look at what I wrote, yeah, you can see, okay, there is some parallels, there is some metaphors going on with current events, but that's not something that's almost subconscious, you know. But yeah, I mean the parallels are definitely there if people want to look for them.
Yeah, I mean, as long as it's not like just hard propaganda and stuff, you know, as long as it's, you know, you keep it to where
I
people
never
can
liked that shit.
interpret it.
I never liked that shit because I always thought that it broke immersion. That
Yeah.
Yeah,
there's too
exactly.
much fourth wall breaking. You know
Mhm.
that you may as well put your beliefs in the comic book, but if you make them too overt, it as I
Yeah.
said, it breaks immersion. It breaks the illusion that you're reading a fictional story and you make people think about reality. And
Yeah, and
that for
plus,
me that kills the story.
yeah, I'd like to think the Abductables too. Like, I feel like it could be read either way. Like, if people wanted to look at it as like a right wing metaphor or a left wing metaphor, like you know, it could depending on someone's politics, they could see things completely differently. So I definitely. Yeah, definitely no politics in the book, but we're just kind of joking around, say, oh, you know, it's a Biden stand-in, but you know, obviously that's not anything that I thought of, like literally making the book.
Hello, Mr. Cox. Glad to see you're with us. He says, buy protection in prison with ramen and coffee.
Is that how it's done?
Oh, Hex is asking me, did you get the package from me yet? Had an envelope with pictures of pineapples. Oh, that's what that is. Actually, yes, I just got it last night.
Oh, I thought he was joking. I thought that was like a metaphor.
Yeah, I got it here. Yeah, I actually thought that was the wiring that I bought my niece. I was like, what is this? I hadn't opened it yet. Yeah, I got it. But anyhow, so for those people who haven't got to read it yet, Sim, what is the Abductables, about?
Yeah, so this is the sequel
Spoiler
to the
free.
yeah. This is the sequel to the Abductables, but obviously you can get books 1 and 2 here. So in book 1, basically aliens abducted a ornery guy on steroids with a bad case of roid rage, and you know when they tried to probe him, things went horribly wrong for them, as you might imagine they would. And so after kicking their asses for 52 pages, in the sequel, we actually go in space, and the main character, who we just call the abductee, he gets thrown into an intergalactic war between the gray aliens and a horde of mutated monstrosities led by the reptilian, who you see on the cover there. He's the reptilian's like the main bad guy. He's whereas in the first book, the abductee kind of had an easy time kicking gray aliens' asses, you know, because they're really not that intimidating. This time around, he's in for the fight of his life, and he's definitely got his work cut out for him, because the reptilian is really really dangerous, really deadly, and I think people are going to dig him. He's going to make a great villain. It's going to be a lot. As violent as the first book was, it's going to be even more violent this time around. So,
Yeah, of course the violence was a plus. I really enjoyed the comedy, the little jokes and put in there, and of course, as always, Canales with his wonderful, wonderful art style that definitely accentuates the violence.
I like Soul's comment right there. Chris is slow on opening things, especially his shows.
That is true. He's not wrong.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So page count. What are we looking at for page count? All right. You said 60 there. I can't remember. How much was the first one?
The first book is 52 pages, black and white, and the second book is 60 pages, full color.
Oh.
Yeah. And we do have that perk where you can get books 1 and 2. So I think it makes a nice transition. I always knew I wanted the sequel to be full color, just because as much as I love Canales' black and white grayscale artwork, it just made sense thematically or visually to go from black and white to full color in the second book, because it's all about things being bigger and better and, opening up the world. of the abductee, because the first book basically just took place on a couple of flying saucers, but now we're going to see multiple planets across the galaxy, multiple alien races. We get to see the Greys' homeworld for the first time. We kind of learn a little bit more about their society and how they operate. So yeah, it's just full on space opera at this point with a healthy dose of comedy and probe jokes for good measure. But yeah.
Yeah, so like we get the featured here, $50. You get both. Well, you already got some folks claiming it. And of course, your digital. It's only 10. So if you're if you need to save on shipping or you want to try it out before you go full in on the physical.
Yep, that's the digital standard. That's just the ridiculous 60-page comic book. And then we also have the digital deluxe, which comes with both comics, Ridiculous and the Abductables.
Okay.
And also includes the Sketchables PDF, which is kind of a behind-the-scenes making of sketchbook that we made for the first book. It's got the full script with creator commentary from me and Canales, and it's a pretty hefty document. So I think people will definitely enjoy that as well. So
was there a physical of the Sketchables?
No, yeah, that's always digital.
Okay. I was like, wait a minute, I don't remember that.
Yeah, no. And if people do want that digital sketchbook, I know some people don't care for the digital comics, but I definitely recommend getting the digital sketchbook. But if you get the physical book, we actually have an add-on perk that gets you the sketchbook along with the complimentary PDFs. So, definitely get that for the add-on if you want to check out the sketchbook.
Yeah, I might have to check that out. Yeah, because I didn't even realize that was a thing.
Yeah, I think, the first time it was kind of I think technically it was a stretch goal on the first campaign. So I don't really know how many people actually read it. So I figured we should, because I'm really proud of like the way it turned out. Canales put a lot of work in with the character designs and like his commentary and stuff. And I think it's a really cool little book, a cool little digital book. So I'm glad it's kind of getting a second life on this campaign. So more people can get their eyes on it.
Yeah, I'll be honest. Anytime it's like a digital thing, I just kind of usually don't pay attention. So I didn't even know.
Yeah. No, I hear you. That's always the debate because I know most people prefer physical. I mean, I definitely prefer physical, but I'm not as anti-digital as a lot of people are, and I always want to give people the option. So.
Well, yeah, I mean, there are people who are very, who are just completely digital. So different strokes for different folks. And then you get the.
I think of digital the same as I think about like CGI in movies. It's a tool when you don't have any other choice. I think it's acceptable, but it shouldn't be the default option.
No businessman in his right mind in business would ignore a clientele, even if it's not your favorite type of clientele. It's there. Like there's a demand for a digital. There's people that prefer a digital. You don't ignore them.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I could think of at least like 4 or 5 Indiegogo campaigns that I back digitally, just because either physical was too expensive or it's just like it's kind of an unknown creator. So it's like, well, let me just try it out digitally, and then if I like it, we'll go from there. But
for some, it's shipping. For internet,
yeah, especially for international backers, shipping can be pretty expensive. So
yeah, I can attest to that because shipping to Spain almost makes files like twice the original price.
Of course.
I'm assuming, Canales, you're still waiting on your grayscales.
Yes.
Yeah.
Actually, I got one pull like 2 days ago. Go figure.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I it's kind of frustrating because so Abductables 2 for people who don't know, this is my 3rd Indiegogo campaign. I fulfilled 2 successfully, but I kind of don't want to say that as like a promotional tool because, with the way USPS is right now and the delays, I look at my stamps.com account and I shipped all of the books out, the last of the books, like over a week ago. And there's still some of them that are sitting in the post office based on the tracking numbers.
Yep.
So it's really, it's really frustrating because it's like, I'm definitely getting people posting their books online, and I love to see that. But there's still a lot of people that are waiting on their books.
And another thing I was told is when you do tracking, as soon as for international, as soon as it gets to that country, you lose tracking. Like there's no more tracking until it gets to the place. So you'll say, oh, it got to that place in Canada, let's say, right? At the center in Canada. Well, you're not gonna have any more tracking until it makes it.
It always blows my mind how like it takes some books longer to get to Canada than like Australia. It's like
I know,
we
right?
literally share a border. Like it shouldn't be that hard to get to Canada, but
yeah, not too long ago we used to not even need a passport to go, and it used to only cost an extra stamp.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I don't want, Sim just roaming around freely and doing us all willy-nilly.
Yeah, you know what I want to drop by.
Got to build the northern wall.
That's right.
Be focused on Mexico.
Oh Lord. But yeah, I mean, having like a digital for like I said, like you guys said, the shipping for is a good idea for the international. And of course, people who just prefer digital, or if you're international, you can always do the SIM plan, which is find someone who doesn't have high shipping costs and just have them get it for you.
Yeah,
and
because
you make a big pile of your stuff.
Yeah, so like you could save a lot of money on shipping.
And I this being my third campaign, I did up the prices more so than my last two campaigns. But I will say I still think I have the lowest international shipping you're likely to find on an Indiegogo. For it's still high, I understand, but like we're doing $20 international shipping. And we're still going to lose money on that. But, I'm perfectly fine with losing a little bit of money on international shipping just to make it a little easier for, overseas backers. And really, it's not that big of a difference. Like, depending on which country, it could be anywhere from like $22 to $25 to a little bit more than that. It just depends. But yeah, it's usually in that range. So
you see, me and Beacon, because we're helping each other, we can reduce the shipping from Canada to the US to 15. Well, maybe that's when you find somebody that can help you out on that side.
Yeah, that was
it's way cheaper to do a bulk shipment and then remailing over there, and it's not just a bit cheaper, it's faster.
Yeah, I was talking to Critical Blast on his stream yesterday, and he was talking about how he's setting up a business to do just that.
That's what me and Beacon been doing, yeah.
Yeah, so.
Let's see, we got Mr. Greg is with us as well. Soul got, last thing he got was Nolan's the Chinu, or however you say that, and the lost pages for that. Oh. Well, yeah, you'll have to let us know, Soul, what you think of that Chinu.
Oh, I didn't know that was already shipping out.
Yeah, apparently.
That's pretty fast.
Yeah, I never got that one.
Yeah, but wasn't it something that was already done before?
Oh, that's probably why.
Yeah.
I knew it was like an older character. I didn't know if he was just re-releasing it or if he was making a new book with the character. I guess it's a re-release.
Well, I didn't know that. All right, and we got art commissions.
Yep. So $100 free worldwide shipping gets you a digital art commission from Canales of any character from any series of your choosing. And not only that, but it also includes physical copies of both the Abductables and Reticulous comics. So definitely a great deal there, especially for international backers, because that is free worldwide shipping. So you're gonna save a bunch there and get a free drawing essentially in the process. So, and we only have 8 of those available, so that is a limited edition perk. So I definitely, get it while you can.
Yeah. Who doesn't want some fancy art from Canales?
Yes.
Ooh. Get
This is
probed.
my favorite perk. So this is our get drawn into the book perk. But not only will you get drawn into the book, you'll actually be a character in the book that gets literally probed in the back hole.
Right in the back.
As I put on the description, it's not for the faint of heart. I'll be interested to see if someone's brave enough to take us up on it. It is one of a kind. My last 2 campaigns, I had three slots to get drawn into the book. Now it's just the one.
Mm-hmm.
Not only will you be the only one drawn into the book, but you'll be pretty much the only human character in the book aside from the abductee. Because we're just it's all about the aliens in book 2. So yeah, if you want to be immortalized in the pages of this comic, that's your chance to get probed. And of course, it comes with the books as well.
So, all right, so it's 250. So, like, how much are you in the book? Is it like maybe just one panel, or?
Yeah, it's one panel.
Okay.
Yeah, you're not like you don't have a speaking role or anything. Though I we probably could add like a word balloon of you screaming in pain. But yeah, it's going to be just a kind of a flashback panel, but you'll be front and center, and you'll be getting your rectum examined by a gray alien, painfully.
Honestly, who doesn't want that? Who doesn't want that?
Yeah.
And we'll probably need you to send us some pictures of you screaming in pain for reference material.
You're gonna have to send a picture of your back hole, so we can get it all the little details just right.
Well, we don't need to go full Robbie Rodriguez. But,
That's what I was thinking. Oh lordy. Soul saying at me, you have to take that perk and take all the pain with it. Gosh.
Well, I'm glad to know that so many people are willing to show us their assholes.
And he also said, "This reminds me of playing the PS3 Destroy All Humans and Shoot Butt Plugs at the citizens."
Yes, destroy.
I still need to play that game because it looks really fun. But
they remastered it.
Yeah. I think they did. So I'll have to pick that up when it gets like on sale or something.
Yeah, I was actually thinking of getting it when it like you just said, when it goes on sale.
Yeah. I think I did play it a little bit back in the day whenever it first came out in like 2004 or whatever. I think I probably rented it or something, but yeah, it definitely looks fun.
Mm-hmm. Okay, and we got the executive producer.
Yep. So this perk gets you everything we have to offer, minus you get drawn into the book. Gives you all the physical copies, all the digital. You get a sketch card. You get an art commission from Canales. You get the print copy or the proof copy, the original proof copy, and best of all, you get your name listed on the credits page along with the rest of the creative team, and you'll be listed as executive producer. So that's our biggest perk, minus the last one that we'll look at. But yeah, that's the heavy duty one. And that's free worldwide shipping as well. So definitely something international backers might want to look into.
Yeah, so if you want to show off a little, you can get this and have your name in the book.
Yep. And that's one of a kind, obviously. So
more original art here.
Yeah, so this is our highest level perk. This is a physical original painting from Jeff Lasley. As you can see from the thumbnail there, that's a really detailed piece. It's like one of my favorite pieces of art that's like been created based on something I came up with. Like I love that piece, and it actually pains me to part with it. Like I almost didn't want to put it up for sale, but I figured, if it helps the campaign, then it's worth it. But yeah, this is a physical painting and just really good stuff. Jeff Lasley is one of my favorite artists in CG, apart from Canales, and it's just his stuff. I compare it to Frank Frazetta. I don't know if that's a good comparison or not, but he gives me Frank Frazetta vibes. He's really good at drawing like the muscly dudes and the big busty women and the hideous
I think you
monsters.
mentioned this yesterday. I think you mentioned this yesterday on a stream. He's got this like pulpy quality to him, right? Like as if he was like illustrating the covers of a Conan or a Solomon Kane.
Yes. Yeah, he's kind of a man at a time in a way. Like I don't think he's probably not that much older than I am, but he he definitely, his work evokes that era of the pulp magazines, and I just love it. Yeah, there's a better look at it. So yeah, for $350 you get the physical painting delivered to you, as well as the Deductibles and Ridiculous physical comics.
Okay. What's the size of the painting?
You know what? I need to like figure that out. I need to put that in the perk. It's pretty, it's not huge, but it's pretty decent size. Probably like 1.5 feet by a foot, maybe. Like, I don't know. I'm bad with dimensions, but yeah, I should probably measure that if I'm going to be trying to sell it. But yeah, it's a nice piece of art.
Yeah,
And rest assured, anyone who does back that, I will be packing that with much care and a lot of bubble wrap and extra fortitude.
Yeah, that would be a tragedy. Nice detailed painting like this that comes in like scuffed or scratched or something. Like,
yeah. I have to put some metal sheets in there or something so they don't bend it.
We got Mr. Ace with us. Hey, Ace.
Hello.
Yep.
That's right. So Soul saying 31st has drawn closer and closer. That's right.
Yeah, his campaign with Canales artwork.
Mm-hmm.
As always, Canales has multiple projects going on at once.
We gotta make sure to get Ace on to talk about the Ace, and that's not just an excuse to have Canales on again. Oh, look at that! I like that.
Yeah, I love that. That was a promo piece done by Ink Spots he's the colorist for Cash Grab. He does a really good, like, he's kind of like Jeff in a way, but like his stuff's a little more like, I don't want to say cartoony, but it's more like I don't know, like it reminds me of like, well, we talked about this on the previous on the Critical Blast show. Like it kind of has like a Mars Attacks vibe, almost like the old trading cards. Like I don't know, I just really like his stuff as well. But we'll probably put that in the like a pinup gallery or something in the book.
And say every time I see Ink Spot's work, I'm like, yeah, that's really good. I really like what he does.
He's really underrated. I think people are sleeping on him. Like he's like, he deserves way more attention than he gets.
Ink Slayer.
And that's an image from for the pre-launch campaign, the pre-launch page. We offered a free trading card for everybody who signed up. That's the artwork that's going to go on the trading card.
Okay.
Yeah, that's from Doodle Bags. I really like his artwork.
Man, I need to make sure I'm signed up to some of this. I think a lot of stuff I sign up for, but then I never check my email to do that confirm thing.
Yeah.
So I don't think I'm signed up for a bunch of these.
Yeah.
I'm really bad for that.
There's that's the original promo piece that Canales did for the book. There we get to see the abductee and his loyal sidekick Blub, who I like to think is going to be the breakout star of the book. We were already getting great feedback for Blub.
He's already generated like yeah, he's already generated like fan plushies.
Yeah. And,
shout out to Jeff.
Yeah, and people. Turns out people think little chubby gray is really cute. So there you go.
They've plushies.
Yeah.
Really? Is there a way to see them? I want to see them.
They're on
If,
Twitter.
if Jason was here, maybe we could ask him. Good check.
I'm gonna have to. I'd like to see the little plushie. That'd be cool.
I know it's on Twitter somewhere, but I
you
never
know,
go
the-
there anymore.
Or those little, like gooey rubbery things that you can squish. That would come cool too.
That'd be
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, like something like Mr. Stretch Armstrong or something like that.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Or you
Washing
turn him
and
into a
brutalizing.
you can turn him into a stress ball type of thing.
Yeah,
you know?
there's little, yeah, like you said, those gooey things when you throw them, they go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's merch. Yeah.
But then we got stretch goals, 10,000. We get, oh, of course,
Yes.
from
The
6 a.m.
Yep.
everybody's got to have a 6
You
a.m.
gotta have a 6
stretch
a.m.
goal.
I love
Yeah.
his freaking style.
Yeah, he's the man, and we did the same thing for a stretch goal on the previous campaign for Grayscale. It's a little magnet and little die cut magnet. So yeah, if we get to 10K, everybody will receive a free magnet of the abductee from 6 a.m. Comics.
I really hope we reach the stretch goal. I don't have like any magnets on my fridge except for I think Kiri. So I could use something for it. Decorate the fridge a little.
Yeah. Then 15,000 we'll get the card stock papercraft from Blockheads. I'm sure people have seen these things around as well. It's kind of one of the OG Comicsgate merch things was Blockheads. And if we get to that, we'll include a cardboard cutout of the Blockheads. You'll have to assemble it yourself. But yeah, I think it'll be a pretty cool add-on.
Oh, that's pretty cool. I like you added the little disc things here around the gun.
Mm-hmm.
I got a link for the plushies. Since you
okay.
Nice.
just in case you want to give it a look at. Let's see if I can like send it to. Nope.
Doesn't want.
Give me a second. Well, you guys keep going. You don't have to wait on me.
Okay.
We're just admiring your artwork.
Yeah, this
Okay,
would be
thanks.
the cover for the first one.
Yep, that's the cover for the original. And if you scroll up, all that black
Oh,
and white
really?
art. Yeah.
Yeah, I know you're
Oh,
not.
not the.
Let me know.
Yeah, all the Zipatone black and white artwork. That's from the first book. So.
Yeah, this is all new to you, Sim. So
Do you guys remember when Zipatone was a thing and it wouldn't like completely ruin the art because of more patterns?
Yeah.
I remember those times. I don't know what happened. Anyway, I'm sharing my screen just in case you want to see the plushes.
oh, okay, yeah. Oh, look at that. That's awesome. And did you said Jesme does?
Yeah. So
Oh, that-
in case any of you guys are interested in how like your custom plushes, just ask him.
Yeah, it's a great job. That's awesome.
Yeah, we were thinking like, oh, maybe we can make that like a stretch goal or a perk or something, but I think shipping might make that not possible. But
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the logistics of it would probably be
Yeah.
a pain in the butt.
It shouldn't be that bad. You just put it in a little like envelope, like cheap plastic envelope. It's a plushie, right? It doesn't mean it doesn't matter if it gets squished, does it?
that's true. But it's just international, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'd probably be expensive, an expensive perk, I guess. I don't know. Soul's telling me
Oh,
that
maybe-
you get it, the pooper will bring you that.
Yeah, somebody's got to take one for the team. Somebody's got to bite the bullet and get probed.
Oh, Lord. Dang it, Soul.
Hey, they had the human centipede for the cash grab campaign. This isn't that bad.
Hey, dude, you get gagged in Blood Hunt. You could get probed in there. Hey, let's go full circle, no?
Insert stretchful joke.
Oh, Lord. Well, hell, you probably wouldn't even see my nose.
But I think the close up will be on your nose and not on your butt.
Yeah, I guess I should clarify. Whoever gets probed, we're not actually going to see your butthole. It's going to be a
And
total,
you won't be requesting a butt pic neither.
yeah. It'll just be your face in an expression of pure agony. And then maybe we'll see some butt cheek, possibly, depending on the angle that Canales goes with. But yeah.
They do have butt cheek, stand in, ready for you.
Yeah, it doesn't
Don't worry about it.
Yeah. It's like in the movies when the actress or actor doesn't want to go nude and they have a stand-in.
Yep.
Kind of like that.
And we just slap your face on it.
Yeah, perfectly tasteful.
So it won't actually be you getting pro, Chris. We'll just put your face on it.
Yeah, if that makes you feel better.
What am I, Brie Larson or whatever with the butt double? Come on. I don't know. I don't know about all that. I gotta think about it.
I mean, I'll say one thing. If you never heard of it, you never checked it, go back and grab number 1 and 2 because all I've heard is good comments from it. Everybody keeps telling me that it's freaking good, and it makes it even worse waiting for it. But hey, no, everybody says it's freaking awesome. Go get it.
Yeah, Sam. It is a really good book. Rereading it this morning just made me appreciate it even more.
Oh, thank you. Yeah.
That's all 58 pages of it that you forgot the amount of pages that it was, right?
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's how good it was. I wasn't paying attention.
There you go. Good praises there. It's freaking good.
Yeah, that's why I feel comfortable calling it the cult classic comic because a lot of people said it was their favorite CG book, and a lot of people have been asking about it in the 2 years since it launched. So I think it's fair to say that The Abductables is a cult classic, and we're bringing it back for round 2. So
all I see is people saying that it was side splitting, it was freaking hilarious, that it's fun. So
it
was my favorite comics IP to work in because it was like right up my alley, as they say.
Yeah, it and SOS was some of my favorite books I've gotten.
Again. Another one I'm waiting for.
Yeah, you're gonna love it when you get it one of these days.
It should be here soon.
But because in my opinion, it seems like comedy and stuff in comics seems to be harder to pull off. And both of those books, Abductables and SOS, had me just really enjoying it and laughing, and chuckling away. They really succeeded at what they were doing. So
yeah, I think that just comes naturally to Canales and me. Like I think we have a similar sense of humor, but it's I say that the humor, the comedy to action ratio is a little bit different in the second book. There's still a lot of the humor that you came to love in the first Abductables, but it's definitely more action oriented second time around because the stakes are so much higher. But yeah, definitely got our probe jokes where we can put them, and I think people will enjoy it from that perspective.
Yeah, you definitely there was definitely plenty of action in the first one.
Yeah, for sure. But this time around, it just the scope is so much bigger. Like as action packed as the first one is, it's just a whole nother level this time around.
So
The last page is the last page is the one in which I finally got the gist of coloring things, and I completely mixed up the colors of the armor, and I now realize I'm stupid.
No. See, I noticed that, but it doesn't bother me because the way I look at it is like because he's on this alien planet, it's almost like the atmosphere operates differently. Like I feel like that's happened in movies or comics before, where like when you go on an alien planet, it changes like the color scheme. So to
Yeah.
me, like, and plus, we talked about this beforehand when we decided Canales was going to color the book. Like, he's free to be as experimental as he wants because we are visiting all these different alien worlds, and it's not there's no limits. It's he can do whatever he wants because the rule book's kind of thrown out the window this time around. And as long as it looks good, that's all that I care about. And yeah, that's interesting. You say that though, Canales, that you feel like that last page you kind of figured it out because I wasn't sure why, but something about that one just looked really good to me. Like so, yeah, I guess I agree with you, but.
Yeah, I was trying like different stuff, like more traditionally European stuff, like you would see in a Moebius book, stuff like that.
Mhm.
And something that wouldn't clash too much with the original black and white aesthetic. So I was looking for like kind of more muted colors. So yeah, I
Mhm.
think that last page is when I got the look of the book right.
Yeah, for sure. It really does make like a great transition from the black and white of the first book. It's very, very smooth, and I really love your color work for sure.
Thank you.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I do like this color here on this page. I do like how it does seem to fit the Canales' art very well.
It's almost like
Watercolors.
yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I didn't know if that was accurate or not, but I do. It's almost like a watercolor vibe.
That's why I have Sim here. He knows these things.
Yeah, Sim's an artist. He gets it.
I don't know any of this. the expert on the panel, my resident expert.
It looks great. I can't wait to get it. And when I didn't check when are we expecting this?
So I put the release date a year out. I would be shocked if it takes us that long. But I just wanted to hedge my bets because the Grayscale book took a lot longer than I expected.
Yeah.
But
That's why I'm
Canales
having that.
Canales is a fast worker, not to put pressure on him, but I and the fact that it is just a 2-man team this time around because I'm going to be lettering it again, which I lettered the first book. I think once if and when we get funded, we're really off to the races, and I definitely think we can get the book out by the end of the year, if not sooner.
Oh,
You're reacting to what?
I just got a message from my mother. I might have to go visit the pawn shop here after the stream. They got a Infinity Gauntlet comic down there. I'm like, woo-hoo,
Rare.
hello.
And it was
Let's see
something
how
you
much
need to
that
snap
is.
your fingers for. I'm like, is that right?
I see what you did there, son. Oh, anyway, where was I? Yes, thanks, Sol, for putting that in the chat there. The Instagram for Canales. I wasn't sure in the description what to put in for Canales since
and
they
don't-
all the social media seem to be kicking you off.
But that's what I'm saying. Now, don't forget, people, go join mine because that's pretty much where we're going.
Yeah, it's a huge exodus to mines. Canales was on mines before it was cool, but now everybody's jumping on the bandwagon.
Yeah, me, I used to have an account, but I forgot, so I opened a second account. So you can find, yeah, that's it.
Yeah, I need to make one.
Because when you open
so
your
much-
Google account, when you open a Google account with an email, they go open this with Gmail. So I opened one a while back under my Sim Studio. I just forgot about it, so I opened a new one.
Mine's is like shockingly peaceful compared to Twitter. Like it's just so relaxing. It's just like, oh, you post your artwork, you
Yeah,
say some
that's
things here. It doesn't have like the antagonism of Twitter.
yeah. That's probably because the SJWs are still on Twitter because they think they won. And once they realize they need someone to project their hatred on, they will come
Oh
after them.
no.
Because that's how they work, I'm afraid. Violent people are gonna violent. That's why they came after comic books and video games and stuff, because they can't just stay in their lane. They need to destroy things, destroy people.
Yeah, well, yeah, they need to constantly be on
They
the
can't,
attack.
they can't play victim by themselves. People will just realize how crazy they are.
I mean, look at
So
what they did to Parler. What was the problem with Parler? There was no problem with Parler. Just, you go build your own social media platform. Okay, we will. They came after us and they destroyed it.
And hopefully Minds is not on Amazon servers.
well,
I
that's
know
why
Gab
everybody's
is.
saying Gab is the way to go because they have their own servers.
I'm probably gonna
Yeah.
pass on Gab.
That's
I've
why I'm
seen
on
that
Minds.
they're being I don't know, they're being kind of weird about the whole porn thing. And
I have a Gab account too since they opened, but never really.
Well, they say that they're untouchable because they have their own servers and they have their own infrastructure, they have their own payment processor. Like they covered all their bases. But my thing is like, I totally believe like big tech would go as far as to like literally blow up their servers if that's what it comes down to. Like they are not going to let them be left alone. Like they will do whatever it takes to shut them down.
you think that big tech ain't afraid to do a little bit of behind the scenes wet work or something?
Yeah, there's going to be some sabotage going on. I guarantee it.
A little bit of
But I don't know.
espionage.
Like I agree with you that Gab has some weird stuff. That is kind of annoying. But at the same time, I support them just because anybody that can like stick it to big tech, I'm automatically on their side. So yeah, it's not perfect, and yeah, there's some weirdness about Gab, but right now they're pretty much the only people that have a fighting chance against big tech. So
What about this guy who, the father of the internet, called Tim something? This British guy who created the internet, basically. He's saying that he's building an alternate internet in which only the users control their data.
Huh.
that would be cool.
Yeah,
That's
I mean,
interesting.
unless he gets like Epstein or something, I think that would be
Yeah.
really interesting.
Yeah, like the guy who invented like hydroelectric fuel or whatever. Like,
Yeah.
and then
What happened to
some
that
people,
guy?
He fell on a knife 15 times.
some people think Elon Musk is the answer to all our woes. I'm not sure about that, but hey, from what I've seen, he doesn't seem to be compromised like by the woke crowd. Like he's pretty based in a lot of ways. So who knows? Maybe Elon will save us from big tech.
I don't
Or
know.
maybe that's just
I just
wishful
want us
thinking.
to go back. I think we need to reject modernity and go back to monkey, and like revert to a early, like late 90s, early 2000s level of internet. I think that was enough. We've gone too far. This is going too far. The internet is actually disrupting our daily lives. It's
Yeah.
killing our businesses and our social relationships. This isn't good. This needs to stop, and this is why I'm deleting my Facebook account and I'm only staying on Minds and Instagram because of business purposes. But social media is evil. Social media shouldn't exist.
That's another not to bring it back to the book, but like that's another theme that kind of emerged out of Reticulous, was like the idea of like setting society and civilization and everything back to square one, like even evolution back to square one. That's kind of one of the themes of the book is like the devolving of these alien races. Because in the context of the lore of abductables, and people have posited this theory about gray aliens already, but the idea is that the gray alien is like the evolutionary endpoint of all sentient beings. So like humans, if they're given enough time to evolve, they will eventually turn into the gray alien. But with Reticulus, it's all about flipping that on its head and saying, well, if we're destined to evolve into the gray alien, who the hell wants to be a gray? Like nobody wants to be a gray. That seems like an awful thing to turn into. So what if somebody fought back against that and was like, no, we're going to go the other way. We need to devolve. We need to go back to the primitive ways. We need to go back to a more savage time where things were more pure. And yeah, they were more brutal, but maybe that's better than being this emasculated little, bald creature that has no will of its own. So, that's kind of the core struggle of the book. Not to get too, out there, but yeah.
Damn, spoilers.
Oh Lord. But yeah, I do think that we need a more balanced, people need to have a more balanced lifestyle than what a lot of people have currently.
For sure.
The thing about the thing about social media is that gives you the illusion of having an actual life, and it gives you the dopamine hits that a while ago you would only get like by getting real friends and going out partying and like hitting on girls and all that. So it's kind of like a defective substitute of real life, and it's beginning to get to people. I mean, imagine if COVID had hit like 20 years ago on Facebook wasn't a thing, or even 10 years ago on Facebook wasn't a thing. I don't think people would have been this scared. So yeah,
that's
I think
true.
Social media needs to go. I hope.
Yeah, it kind of makes everybody like neurotic and paranoid.
Yeah, no, I'm off Twitter. I'm off Facebook. I'm only on Minds because I just don't want to sever all my ties with my comics with friends and all that. But if it were up to me, I would like communicate with people through Gmail, and that's it. Maybe or something.
Telegram.
Soul says Canales just says that because he wants to walk around with his shirt always off.
I always
does that anyway.
My shirt off. That's a given. Ain't no situation in which I have my shirt
on. Soul says, imagine a time where Russell Brand is the most masculine man on earth.
Wow.
Oh no.
We're getting close to that.
Yep.
Well, I mean, there's always that saying, right, where it's like tough men breed good times breed soft men breed bad times, and then bad times breed strong men again. Yeah, it goes back. I feel like we're at the soft men breed bad times.
Yeah, we're in the bad times right now, unfortunately. But yeah, hopefully we can get to the next stage sooner rather than later. I was one of it's kind of embarrassing now, but like I was one of the people who's like, yeah, Gen Z, they're the ones that are going to take up the torch and they're going to kick ass. It's like, no, they're just all furries. They're all furries and gender fluid, just like millennials. Only even worse.
You need to go back.
Yeah, but I think that's where our kids are gonna be playing the field. That's gonna be
whatever comes after Gen Z.
Mm-hmm. Because dude, we don't need to try much that even the kids notice how crazy shit are getting.
Yeah,
that is true.
Mm-hmm.
Or we could just go on Elon Musk's Mars colony. Start over. That's how bad things are, though. Before, I would never have wanted to I would never even considered that. But now I'm like, well, let me think about that. Just be like a farmer on Mars. That can't be too bad, right?
Mm-hmm. I feel like it makes me think of that moment in Futurama when Farnsworth goes, I don't want to live on this planet anymore. Jumps into the planet expression, just leaves.
I feel like it's going to take a little bit of time though to get a colony on Mars going.
Taking
No,
time to get
Elon
to
can do it.
Mars.
If
I feel like
anybody
there's-
can.
I feel like there's some more tech needed that we don't have yet.
No, I have a feeling that you might not make it to Mars, but your kid might.
I believe in Elon. That's all I'm gonna say.
Oh, you never know. They might have some sort of like stasis thing they can put you in. Oh my.
I like how Trump made like the Space Force, but it's like they didn't do anything, and now they're gonna get disbanded by Biden. So I was like, so much for that.
Well, it was nice while it lasted.
Yeah.
We made some
I don't know. They
uniforms.
say that they were the ones behind the attack against like the Tennessee AT&T building in Nashville. Like they say that.
Space Force was?
Yeah, they say that. I've seen like videos, like they constructed videos of the explosion, and they say that some kind of beam of light fell from the. Surely,
shit.
they say that it was like some kind of experimental, like like in Akira, like one of those laser satellites.
Well, I mean that's pretty crazy, but I mean I knew the government was involved in some way, shape, or form, but that's interesting. Yeah.
Mr. Cox says, unless you can give Elon what Amber Heard gives him, you aren't going with him. Well, I mean, if he wants me to shit on his bed and flap him around a few times, I mean,
Oh, dude, that is funny.
yeah.
I guess Johnny Depp doesn't get a ticket
I don't know.
to Mars.
I just want to go to a planet where there are no lockdowns. Because I'm a born libertarian, and being told I have to be at home like, really fucks with my mind.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Like, I live in Texas. That's supposedly one of like the freest states in the country. But I'm over here like I kind of want to move to Florida because they're completely open. Like even Texas has some restrictions. Like we're not on full lockdown, but we got the mask mandate and things aren't completely open. But from what I hear, Florida is open and fine. It's not like people are dropping dead over there. So it's like shit. Let's all move to Florida.
Yeah, we should go to Florida as well. I actually have a friend, a Basque girl. He went there with a tourism visa, met someone and got married and something like that. I don't know if that's the story, but she actually got married there. She's living in Florida and she's probably the happiest bitch around. So,
well, another reason to want to move to Florida is all the California people are moving to Texas, so they're going to ruin the state.
Yeah,
so it's like, I want to get out before they ruin it.
I remember when I went to Austin and like the street I was staying in, where my hotel was, it looked like freaking I don't know, San Francisco. There's nothing but hipsters and junkies everywhere.
Yeah, I felt bad because it's like Austin is like the worst example of Texas you could possibly have. Yeah, it basically is like a slightly less bad version of San Francisco.
Oh, we got Zayd Comics. He says,
Hey.
"What's up, peeps?" Hey, Zayd.
Hey, what's up? Got an all-star chat going.
Yeah.
But then, yeah, so we'll all move to Florida, and then once Florida gets ruined, we'll all move to based Poland.
Yeah, I think now the last hopes for humanity reside in Poland, maybe Hungary, because Orban is like really anti-globalization and anti-Soros and whatnot. Yeah, and ironically Brazil. I think that's why they've recently discovered the Brazilian strain. I wouldn't be surprised if they suddenly discovered like a Floridian.
Yeah. And, people talk about how cool Japan is, but like, first of all, you can't move. I mean, on a really small basis, people can move there, but like they don't want too many foreigners there to begin with. And then also like, I have a feeling, I hope I'm wrong, but I feel like the more global everything becomes, I feel like Japan's kind of on the verge of getting ruined by cultural influence from the West. Just because, like, I mean, look at what's going on with Sony. Like, Sony's gone full woke, and it's kind of like the reverse China syndrome, where America pandered to China for so long, it just kind of ruined all their art forms, and now Japan is trying to pander to us, and they're ruining their own shit. So,
Yeah, I feel like Japan is
Didn't
getting a lot of
didn't
pressure
Sony get
there.
actually bought by Microsoft? Maybe that explains it.
If they got, it wouldn't have been Microsoft because Microsoft is like Xbox, so that's like their competition. But so I think Sony probably did get. Was it Sprint or AT&T or something? Maybe.
Mm.
All these freaking corporations, man, they're just
Buying the monopoly over there.
I know, like everything is just getting gobbled up to the where there's gonna be like just there's literally just gonna be one corporation at
But
some point.
don't worry, don't pay attention to that shit. Just keep fighting in the goddamn streets. That's what they want, dude. That's what they're. Why do you think this is happening? They're buying monopoly everywhere. Every small business is closing, but the big look who's making money. Look who profits with it. Look who you can't criticize. Then you find out who's at the source of the problem.
Yeah, follow the money trail.
Yeah.
So says plus in Japan, all they eat is Asian food. Okay.
Well, and KFC, to be fair.
Yeah, but for a while, Japan used to give bonuses to Kaijin for us to go move over there and set up and have a wife.
They're probably not doing that anymore.
Yeah, I remember seeing an article about that where you would get paid by the government to go have babies with their with women and stuff. Oh,
almost did, but already have kids.
All right, so this fella's been cropped out of the picture.
I know it's so annoying that he got cropped because he's got like the best character design. It's like I don't know if there's a way for me to like get his face in there, but yeah, he's got one of the best designs, and he actually plays like a big role in the story in the final battle. So he's
maybe try opening the picture in another tab.
Oh yeah, okay. Nope.
Yeah, I don't. For some reason, it doesn't let you do that. I don't know why.
Yeah, it still did it.
And
then we got the insectin.
Yeah, so the reptilian is the main villain, but he's got his boys, he's got his lieutenants, he's got his army of we call them devaloids. They're basically devolved aliens. And they come in all shapes and sizes, all different kinds of types, based on different animals and aliens and whatnot. So yeah, it's not only the reptilian has to deal with, but a whole army of mutated alien freaks.
Oh, okay. And then we got the scrotum.
He's the mastermind. He's the one pulling the strings. He's the one coming up with all these horrible ideas for the galaxy.
You know what's missing? It's a little piece of lube on the tip of that finger.
It's see-through. It's on there.
Come here.
Turn your head.
That's the horror. They don't use lube.
You know this was coming. Come here.
And then little green men.
Yes, that's the elite strike force of the Gray Armada. While the Greys in the first book were basically scientists, they didn't really know what to do in a fight. Contrary to popular belief, the Greys do have a fighting force. It's just they never really have a reason to use it until now, and that is the little green men. So they got that green power armor that gives them the antennas, and it's I'm not exaggerating when I say it's going to be war. There's going to be a huge epic battle, basically like Saving Private Ryan, but in space. It's going to be pretty epic.
With probes.
Saving Private Ryan.
Mr. Cox is saying reformat the photo with the correct aspect ratio.
I would if I was smart.
I was gonna say I have no idea how to do that.
Yeah, I need to like look at it. I'm sure there's a way to do it, but it's annoying though because like on the tiny little thumbnails on the bottom, you see the full image, but then when you click on it, it crops it out, and it's only that one, which I don't understand because it's not like maybe it just uploaded wrong. I'll have to try it again. But
yeah. I mean, on the thumbnail you could see it, but on the main picture, you can't. And then with the Birdman on the thumbnail, it's kind of
Yeah, he gets cut off a little too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then he's got actually cut out. That's weird.
What if you click on the little thumbnail to open in next tab? Does it work? Right click on it to open next tab on the thumbnail.
Yeah, I tried open image in new tab.
Yeah. Yeah.
All it does for that is it just shows literally the thumbnail, and it's like super tiny.
I mean, I could just add those to the campaign page itself, but I wanted to.
There you go.
Oh, nice. Yes. That's the Piscine. He's basically literally a fish out of water. He's got
Reminds me of the merman in Cabin in the Woods.
Oh,
yeah. And Cabin in the Woods. I don't remember that.
Yeah, the one guy really wanted that merman to kill him.
Yeah, and then you go.
Yeah, that's definitely one of my favorite designs that Canales came up with. It's
freaking awesome.
Yeah, he's basically the equivalent of the first fish that walked out of the primordial ooze.
Also reminds me of a Creature of the Black Lagoon.
Yeah, like
I was going for like a mixture between Creature from the Black Lagoon and that sentient toad that Lisa Simpson created. I think it was Bart created in that Harry Potter segment of Treehouse of Horror. The one that goes like every single second of my life is agony.
Oh, that's funny. Yeah, that's accurate too, because he literally is a fish out of water, so he has trouble breathing. But ironically enough, despite his disabilities, he's actually almost as much of a threat as a reptilian in his own way, as we'll see in the book.
Yeah, I feel bad for him with those little arms. It's also Sim is really tech savvy. No, luckily we have Canales here.
For how long? Who knows?
We are passing the hour and 30 minutes. By the way.
Are we? Oh well, then I guess it's about that time. Then we gotta start wrapping her up.
Did we get backers?
Oh, I should check, shouldn't I?
Well, maybe you should.
See if we.
It looked like we did. It seemed like it was higher than last time I checked.
We'll refresh again here.
It might have refreshed before, but yeah, because we were at 19% before, so yeah, I think we did get.
Oh, were we? Woo!
Yeah.
We still got a bump. Bancroft calls his, what is it, the Bancroft bump?
Yep.
Yeah. we need a name. I want to come up with one. We get our own little bump every time we stream, so we got to come up with something because we got just as awesome a chat as he does.
We call it a roasty.
A roasty. Sounds like we're getting ready to hand out awards.
We burned it. No, I don't know. I'm just
number one guest. Though we'll get the roasty Canales presenting with something.
You got a nose bump.
Nose bump. Sounds like Chris just wants to pick up his Infinity Gauntlet book. He knows. Oh no, he figured me out.
And can we really blame him for that? Come on.
He knows I want to go get my shoes on and go see what this. This Infinity Gauntlet.
Pretty good. Yeah.
Yeah, because she.
That's all he has on his mind right now. He's looking at that thing and he's like.
Yeah, let me see if
licking his lips.
Yeah, she sent it to me. Or
he's like, okay, you know what? What if you get probe, right? In the book. What if you get probed by the Infinity Gauntlet? Does that change everything?
That's more of a fisting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if that really fits.
Yeah, the doctor coming in with the glove and go, "This is that one's a special case."
Yeah, at that point you really do need lube. I don't think you could go in dry that way.
Well, I mean, I do like to die in the books, and I don't think you'd be coming back from that one.
Yeah. Okay, make it die by probe. You got a deal.
Oh
Only
Lord.
if it goes in extra deep.
Yeah, he goes in and he slips and it comes out of his nose. There you go.
You know what? I probably shouldn't give anything away, but let me just say that death by probe might not be as out there of an idea as you might think, and I will just leave it there.
Ooh.
Because we're in 2021 and there's not two other ideas anymore.
Anything goes.
Dang on, they're wanting $30 for that. But then again, it is probably expensive for an Infinity Gauntlet #1. They probably are worth some money.
Yeah, but
Hey, let me just say,
Like
anybody who's a fan of the Starlin space comics from the Marvel era, I think they'd enjoy this book as well. It's definitely got that Space Odyssey, Thanos vibe to it for sure. And I've actually been reading a lot of like old school Marvel, and I definitely see some parallels between kind of the space stuff from classic Marvel and what we're doing here. So
It reminded me of Mars Attack, and remember when Mars Attack came out, and they went and invaded almost every fucking comic book for a crossover.
Yeah.
oh yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah, I've seen a couple of those books actually. At pawn shops and different things.
mm-hmm.
I was like, what? That's gross to the max.
yeah. We might be scaring people off at this point. I don't know.
Why am I getting refunds? All right, but yeah, we
Sure.
probably should start to wrap it up. It's been an hour and a half now.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, this was a lot of fun. Appreciate you having me on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I like to do these streams. It's very chill, relaxed, and that way creators can come onto a stream where they're not so like, oh, I got to push my book, I got to do this, or I got to do that. You can just relax, and people get to know you, and we'll
You get
promote a
interviewed
little.
all the time.
Good
You know?
stuff.
You get interviewed all the time, so trying to make it different.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, definitely.
Like waking up and grabbing your cup of coffee and just roasting each other because you're grumpy. You see how it is, and before we start the show.
Love it.
All right. So let's get started, Mr. Sim.
Yes.
What do you want to your closing statements?
Oh, my closing statement is quite simple. Go get that goddamn book now, right?
Yes.
When you're done grabbing this, there's another book called Grave Robbers that needs that needs some love. He has 4 days left before he needs like 1,000 something. It's very close, right? Don't forget to sub and like this channel, because when he reaches 500 subs, we're doing original art giveaway by yours truly. And go like, follow on mine, YouTube, Twitter, everywhere. Simon Sympathia, The Artisim, or Ink Slayer. And go, obviously go back my book, Delson and Others.
Dang it, Sam! You basically
Oh, yeah.
took my closing statements. That's everything I was going to say.
Couldn't have said it better yourself.
Mr. Canales.
I am nowhere. I am no one, but you can still find me on Instagram and Minds under this very same name, Ibai Canales.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to. I'm definitely gonna have to make a minds here in the next couple of days, so I have a way to keep in contact with you, Mr. Canales.
Mm-hmm.
Mr. Derrick.
Yes. So this today marks the end of the first week for the campaign. So I guess we got 3 weeks left to go. 24 days left on the campaign. We're at 20%, so we definitely got a long way to go. So if you like what you see, please do back as soon as you can, because every backer pushes us up on the trending page, and it's easy to get buried on Indiegogo under all the big campaigns. So we're definitely the underdog, and we need all the help we can get. So like I said, if you like what you see here, this is my third campaign. I fulfilled 2 already, so you don't have to worry about am I trustworthy? Is this guy even going to deliver? I've done this before. This is a book that I'm very proud of. I think the script's already written, obviously, and I think it's the best thing I've ever written. I'm really proud of it. It's 60 pages in addition to the 52 pages from the original book. So if you get both books, that's 112 pages of story, and it's got a satisfying conclusion. You don't got to worry about cliffhangers or anything like that. This is an epic book, and people are going to be, I think, blown away by it. So please do check it out. Check out what perk is best for you, and your price range, and just anything helps. Every little bit helps. So, and if you can't afford to back it, sharing it helps as well. So if you can just, share it on social media, spread the word. Appreciate it though.
Alrighty, and as for me, I just wanted to say thanks to everybody. Thanks to the chat for joining us. You guys are amazing, and you're a group of very dedicated people who certainly love comics. That's for sure. And thanks, of course, to our guests, Mr. Michael Derrick and Mr. Canales, for joining us. I know a lot of people don't like these early morning streams. And of course, thanks to Mr. Sim for joining me. Unlike that other guy. Hashtag shameless.
Hey, it only happened once. I didn't wake up till on the show.
And if you're new to the channel and you haven't, please do leave a little like or sub to the channel. The more people that sub and join in on these streams means more eyes on these projects. And I will see you guys tomorrow in the evening for the Saturday stream. We will be having on Vinny Tardamella and Brett Gaze.
Nice.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And see you guys then.